Can I see your identification, please?
Yes, sure.
Thank you. In this hour speaking part one, now I would like to ask you some questions about yourself. What do you do? Are you a student or are you doing job?
I'm a student and I'm studying in MC College Sylhet.
And what's your major?
My major is physics and biology.
Okay. And why did you choose this subject?
I chose this subject because from my childhood I was very interested toward science subject, and this is the main reason that I chose those subject.
And if you get a chance to change this major, which major will you take in the second place?
I will choose mathematics.
Any particular reason?
Yes, because I think I am a expert in doing maths, and maths is also my favorite subject.
And where do you live?
Um, Now for my study purpose I am living in Sylhet, but I am from Kulaura Molibajar.
Okay. And what kind of facilities do you get in the place where you are currently living in?
As I am living in a city, I got numerous facilities. No matter what I want, I always get that in a minute, and I find everything near my place.
Okay. So in this hour speaking part one, I would like to ask you some questions about sharing. What kind of things do you like to share with your friends and family members?
Um, I like to share most of the time my food. Whenever I am eating something, I like to offer my sisters or brothers, and also if my friend is here with me, I share my food with them.
Okay. There are some people who do not like to share things with others. Do you know what are the reasons behind this?
Mm, I'm not sure about this, but I think that it is individual's choice, and also some people are so egoistic, and they don't like to don't like to spend their time with others, and also they don't like to share things with others.
Is there any particular things that you don't like to share with your family members or friends?
Uh, Yes, I will not share my cell phone with the others because I think it is a very personal things, and I never share this with anyone.
Okay. So who taught you to share things with others? You got it from your family or somebody else taught you to do this?
As I live in a big family, I always saw that everyone is sharing with each other, and from my childhood, I learned these things that sharing is caring.
Okay. What are the importance of sharing things with others?
In my opinion, sharing with others uh, is a good thing, and it will increase our communication with them, and we can show our love toward them if we share things with them.
Okay, so let's move on another topic in our speaking part one. I would like to ask you some questions about discussion. What are the common topics you are interested in to talk with others?
Uh, I love to discuss with um, recent topics, no matter what is happening around me. I love to speak about that topic, and also I love to gossip about entertainment things with my friend.
Which one do you prefer, talking much or listening much?
Actually, I am both kind of person. Sometimes I would like to listen more because if the person is telling me something, I am a patience listener. And also, when I meet with my best friend, I love to speak more.
Okay, so when you make conversation, do you frequently change your opinion?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Okay, when you make conversation with anybody, do you frequently change your opinion?
No, I don't change my opinion because um, from my childhood I was a very stubborn person, and whenever I made something in my mind, I always stick to that, and I never change my opinion.
Okay, good. With whom do you make your most conversation?
Um, there are two or three person, but most of the time I like to speak with my best friend and also my sister.
Okay, thank you very much. That brings us the end of our speaking part one. Now we'll start our part two. So in this our speaking part two, I would like to provide you a cue card, and I'll be giving you 1 minute for your preparation. First, take this white page and pencil. Your cue card: describe an activity you do for your health or fitness. Okay. So you are given 1 minute for your preparation. If you want to make notes, you can do so. Okay, are you ready? You have to speak at least 2 minutes, but do not worry, you shouldn't stop until I stop you. Okay, so you can start now.
Well, I always want to be a healthy person, and I always conscious about my health, and I try to do things to keep myself fit. So as I am a student, I don't have enough time to do things about fitness, and I also don't like to do any kind of exercise. But the things that I find very easy to do for fitness, and this is walking. I I always go for a long walk, and long walk. Oh, I always go walk near my house. There has a park, and I always visit there on the morning. I wake up at early morning, and I go there with my sisters and sometimes with my friends. I walk for 30 to 40 minutes, and um, whenever I go there, I feel very refreshing, and it also gives me a good vibes. If I start my day by doing this, I feel that I stay the whole day relaxed, and it keeps my mind so calm and composed. And I think doing something for your fitness is very important, because if you don't do things for your fitness, then uh, you will be sick, and your health will be spoiled in somehow. So this is the reason I always try to do things for my fitness, and I do this every day, and
Thank you very
after.
much. Thank you. So do you still do the same things?
Yes.
Thank you. So I'm taking the papers and the pencil back. So we have done oral speaking part 1 and part 2. So we'll start part 3. In this part 3, I would like to ask you some general question based on the cue card that I have given you. My first question is, what's your comment about the people of your country? Do you think most of them are health conscious?
If you asked me this question few days before, I will said that no, my country's people are not health conscious. But nowadays, I think the young generations are being more conscious about their health, and they are doing numerous exercise for to keep themselves fit. Such as we can saw that many gym centers are open in our cities, and people are very interested to do gym for their physical exercise.
Okay. And what kind of activities do you suggest the older people for keeping themselves fit?
In my opinion, for older people, walking will be the best solution because this will not this will not make them easily tired. They can walk for sometimes, and it will not also affect their body severely, and they can enjoy their time with their friends by walking in a park or any field.
Okay. And what do you think? People are becoming more conscious about the health, or people are becoming less conscious about the health?
I think people are becoming more conscious about health because every in this modern era, everyone is conscious about their health, and they want to keep themselves fit. Especially the young generation, they always want to keep themselves fit, and they want to look good, and that's why they are doing much exercises nowadays.
According to the statistics, it is seen that in some particular areas, the weight of the people have been increasing. What do you think? What are the reasons behind this? And if you have any solution, please suggest.
Um, I think it is for the ignorance of people because there are some people who don't know the value of physical exercise. They think that they will be fit anyway. They don't need to do any exercise to keep themselves fit, and they don't care about their physical look alike, and they always ignore their physical fitness, and that's why they get fat, and they also get sick. So I think if we want to mm, want to reduce this, then we need to explain them about the importance of physical exercise. Then
Okay, to produce or generate more healthy citizens, how can we take care of our children?
um, well, it will be better if we give children a healthy diet plan. If we plan a healthy diet for our children, then it will be benefited for them, and also it will be easy for the parents to keep them fit.
Thank you very much. That is the end of our speaking test. Now I'll give you short feedback on the performance you have done during the test. So give me a few seconds for checking the notes. Okay. Although it's quite difficult for me to give the right judgment immediately because we have the recording, so that we can check later on if I have any kind of confusion of my own judgment. So let me give an overview based on the performance. So as in the speaking test, there are four criteria: fluency and coherence, pronunciation, vocabulary, and grammar. Let me start with fluency. When I asked you questions, you understood all the questions and you tried to answer relevantly with accurate information. Okay, so in that section, you were okay. In fluency section, I'll give you 6.5. I'm explaining later on. And one thing I want to tell you, in part 2, maybe you were somehow less informative because as an examiner, always we expect to get some more details specifically. Let me talk about pronunciation. Your word choice were accurate, and as it's speaking test, we cannot talk about the spelling mistake, whether somebody is making spelling mistake or not. But a common mistake that all the students or majority of the students as non-native English speaker do, P, T, C, this kind of pronunciation. So except these things, your pronunciation was fine. So in this section, I'll give you 7 out of 9. Now let me talk about vocabulary. In the part 1, I found some of the collocation, study purpose, individual choice, like other advanced words, egoistic, gossip, stick to. Okay. Then you talked about long walk, calm and compose, then ignorance, etc., etc. But in healthy diet, etc. So you need to improve some advanced words, because in some occasions you use some ordinary words like so, very, very personal, etc. So you need to increase advanced synonym. At the same time, you need to add more topic words. This is very important. We understand that in our speaking test, maybe we have to use some advanced vocabularies, but this is not the only fact. You need to increase the topic related words. If you talk about health, then you should talk about for example, you talked about healthy diet, so it's very crucial. So if you talk more about something related to health issues, then for example hygienic,
Yes.
then you can talk about nutrition.
Ji.
So if you do so, then your vocabulary range will be increased, and at the same time you will be more likely to get better score. So in this section I will give you 6 out of 9. Now let me talk about grammar. In grammar there are two parts as well: grammatical ranges and accuracies. Let's talk about accuracies first. You have some problem sometimes in preposition, sometimes in article. At the beginning you said I am X, but it will be an expert.
Yes.
It happens when we talk faster, or when we talk unconsciously or subconsciously. You have to be your own listener. When you speak slowly, it doesn't matter, because speaking fast doesn't mean that you are a good speaker or fluent speaker. You have to be spontaneous. I believe that you are spontaneous. Then 2 or 3 persons, you say 2 or 3 person. It says I conscious, it will be I am conscious. So that is a mistake of auxiliary verb. And I found that we talk about on the morning, it will be at the morning or in the morning, at morning or in the morning, but you said on the morning. Sometimes you had mistake in about tense, but very few occasions, not much. I would say it's okay. I understood all the things that you wanted to explain. Then you said we can saw, we could see. You wanted to mean something that happened in past.
Yes.
So you could have said we could see.
Yes.
Okay. Then in passive voice you made a mistake. It will be benefited for them. No, they will be benefited by this. Even in your writing, 1110 saying to you, even in your writing you did the same mistake. So be careful when you use passive voice. Passive voice has a better value in writing.
Yes.
Or speaking, but if you use them in wrong way, then your marks will be deducted.
Yes.
In grammatical section I'll give you 6.5. I expect some more range. For example, causative verbs, if you can add conditional sentence used, complex sentence, but they were comparatively less
I
frequent.
can't remember those sentences. When I start speaking, I almost forget.
No, that's why you have to take the challenge. If you ask me for advice, we are not expert. We speak or advise according to our own knowledge. So whenever I or you speak to somebody, you have to be thinking that I'm a competitor now.
Yes.
Somehow I have to prove myself that I'm better, comparatively better than others. So that time I have to keep in mind whether I used conditional sentence or not in my last few sentences. If I hadn't do it, then I have to do now.
Yes.
If you think that in your last few sentences you didn't use any advanced level, advanced vocabulary, then now you have to do. And how can you do it? Just lower your speech. We frequently do it. Now see, I said frequently, not often or not often. So when I keep concentration on my own speaking, then I'll be my listener, and if I make any mistakes or if I find any leakage that I have not been doing or I have not been using for a long time, then I will apply it now. It doesn't matter. Now I'm an examiner, so I do not need to be competitive, and I do not need to show you that whether I'm capable of using advanced level of vocabularies and different ranges of grammars or not. But if I were in your place as a competitor, that time it will be quite simple for me to pull some advanced words and prove myself better. So in grammar, I will give you 6.5, but I think that you are capable of improving all of the sections, and overall your score stands for 6.5.